Breaking news trumps Liberation Day tariffs and other major headlines. Welcome to today's top 10 breaking news stories you need to know. We're covering a lot of ground tonight, from international trade disputes and potential economic fallout, to crucial legal battles and severe weather threats across the nation. I'm Anderson Cooper, and let's dive right into the headlines making waves today. We'll break down the Trump administration's latest move on tariffs, a significant development in the Wisconsin Supreme Court race, and a concerning measles outbreak in the Southwest. Plus, we'll have the latest on the severe weather system sweeping across the country, bringing with it the threat of historic flooding and tornadoes. Stay with us. President Trump has declared April 2nd as Liberation Day, marking the occasion by announcing sweeping new tariffs on goods from around the globe. The president signed an executive order imposing a 25% tariff on all foreign-made automobiles and enacting reciprocal tariffs on any country that places duties on U.S. goods. The administration argues that these tariffs are necessary to protect American jobs and revitalize domestic manufacturing. However, critics warn that this could spark a global trade war, leading to higher prices for consumers and potential economic instability. In a significant victory for Democrats, liberal Judge Susan Crawford has won the Wisconsin Supreme Court election, defeating her conservative opponent Brad Schimel, who was backed by Elon Musk. This win preserves a 4-3 liberal majority on the court, a crucial outcome as the court is set to hear cases on abortion rights, gerrymandering, and collective bargaining rights. The outcome of this election could have far-reaching consequences, potentially impacting the 2024 presidential election and beyond. We'll continue to follow developments in Wisconsin closely. The National Weather Service is issuing dire warnings of potentially historic flash flooding across a large swath of the southern United States. This comes as the region is being pounded by relentless rounds of severe storms and heavy rainfall. Areas of particular concern stretch from the Mississippi Valley eastward to the Ohio and Tennessee valleys. Rainfall totals in these areas could reach up to a foot, significantly increasing the risk of widespread flooding, landslides, and other dangerous conditions. Chapter 4. Measles Outbreak Spreads, Affecting Hundreds. A measles outbreak, first identified in January, has now infected over 500 individuals across multiple states, including Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Kansas. The outbreak has also spread south of the border, impacting Mexico's Chihuahua state. This outbreak, tragically, marks the first measles-related deaths in the United States since 2015. Health officials are deeply concerned by the outbreak's severity and geographic reach, attributing it in part to declining vaccination rates and misinformation surrounding vaccine safety. Chapter 5. Tornado outbreak expected across the United States. Meteorologists are warning of a potentially significant tornado outbreak expected to impact a large portion of the United States beginning today. The Storm Prediction Center has issued high-risk convective outlooks for several regions, indicating a significant threat of severe weather, including tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds. Residents in the affected areas are urged to stay informed, have a plan in place, and be prepared to seek shelter immediately if severe weather threatens. Chapter 6. Stock market volatility, following tariff announcement. Global stock markets experienced significant volatility following President Trump's announcement of new tariffs. Investors are clearly concerned about the potential for a trade war and the negative impact it could have on the global economy. Analysts are closely monitoring the situation and will be watching to see how the markets react as this story continues to develop. In a significant legal victory for New York City Mayor Eric Adams, a federal judge has dismissed a corruption case against him, citing insufficient evidence. The case stemmed from allegations of campaign finance violations during Adams's 2021 mayoral campaign. The dismissal removes a legal cloud that has been hanging over the mayor, but the political fallout from the allegations may continue. Chapter 8. The race for California governor just got more interesting. Former U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary Xavier Becerra has announced his candidacy, adding a high-profile contender to the already crowded field. Becerra, known for his work on healthcare reform and social justice issues, is expected to face stiff competition in the upcoming election. Chapter 9. The The U.S. Supreme Court has begun hearing arguments in a case that could have major implications for access to reproductive health care. The case centers on South Carolina's decision to defund Planned Parenthood from its Medicaid program. Pro-choice advocates argue that the move restricts access to essential healthcare services, while opponents maintain that states have the right to determine how Medicaid funds are allocated. The court's decision is eagerly awaited. Chapter 10. Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, is reportedly distancing himself from his advisory role within the White House. This comes amid growing criticism of the administration's economic policies and declining sales for Tesla. Musk has been a vocal supporter of President Trump in the past, but it seems that even he is feeling the heat from the administration's recent decisions. Thanks for tuning in to today's top 10 breaking news stories. We've covered a lot of ground tonight, from the economic implications of new tariffs to the ongoing battles over reproductive rights and the threat of severe weather across the country. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. We'll be back tomorrow with more in-depth coverage of the news that matters most. Stay informed, stay safe, and have a good evening.